What's going on, everybody? This is Luke from South Beach Sports, and today we have some really big news to go over. Now, if you have not been paying attention at all over the past 24 to 48 hours, Kyle Lowry to the Heat is a very real thing. Now, there has been heavy speculation, heavy rumors, reports coming out from multiple sources, national and local analysts and beat writers that have been saying that the Heat have heavy interest in Kyle Lowry, and Kyle Lowry has interest in the Heat as well. Now, today I'm just going to be reading to you guys some tweets that I've read, get my thoughts, get my opinions. I'm going to talk about some possible trade packages for Kyle Lowry. And lastly, what a potential Kyle Lowry, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo Heat team could look like. So this upcoming tweet is by Adam N. Barai. I believe I'm saying his last name correctly. If I'm not, I apologize. He says, and he gives credit to 5 Reasons Sports, a very well-trusted local Miami news organization. He says, if Kyle Lowry gives a signal, this deal is done immediately. This is about 1, convincing him, and 2, his extension. He's a free agent after this year, if you didn't already know. The Heat know what they need to send for the Raptors to be content. The trade itself is the easiest part. Okay, so this is basically saying that this is in Kyle Lowry's hands. If Kyle Lowry wants to be a part of the Miami Heat, the Raptors, more likely than not, will grant him this wish. Now, what this possible trade package could look like for Kyle Lowry is up in the air, to say the least. I do not think Tyler Hero will be included in this trade package, nor would I want him to be included in the Kyle Lowry trade package, unless for this one circumstance, which we'll go over later. I think this trade package could be centered around either 1, Duncan Robinson, or 2, Kendrick Nunn, and it probably would include Precious Achiuwa, who the Raptors have a lot of interest in. They like him a lot, and I know there's a lot of Precious Achiuwa's fans out there, and I like his potential a lot. I believe he could be a really good big in this league, but at the end of the day, you have to look at this through the optics of what can the Heat do that will surround Jimmy Butler with the utmost amount of talent. Now, Precious, while yes, he does have a lot of potential, he has been getting DNPs over the last, I think, 3 to 5 games. His minutes have been decreasing, is what I'm trying to say. And when you look at the playoffs, you really can't pencil in Precious as a possible playoff rotation player. So that's why I would be very willing to give him up in a trade for Kyle Lowry. Now, this next tweet is from HP Basketball on Twitter. He is saying that more than one league source has said they believe the Heat will end up with 1, Lowry and Aldridge, or Oladipo and Aldridge. And he also says just a growing sense among teams not involved directly in those talks. If you're unaware, HP Basketball, very well-known Twitter account, and he does have very reliable sources. So, wow. Personally, I would prefer Kyle Lowry over Victor Oladipo, just because Lowry has that championship experience, that championship pedigree that we haven't seen from Victor Oladipo yet. Not saying it's his fault, but Lowry just has that experience. So we'll get into Victor Oladipo at a later time, but today's video is just going to be talking about Kyle Lowry. And the last tweet I want to read to you guys today is from Kevin O'Connor. He is a columnist for The Ringer, and he says in his podcast that the Heat have not offered Duncan Robinson as of yet. That doesn't mean that they will in the future. That just means that they haven't offered him as of now. He says that the Heat have offered Achiuwa, Olynyk, and Nunn in some type of mix to meet salary. So those are the 3 players that have been talked about as of now. And he also says that the Heat are trying to get the Thunder to change protections on their 2023 first-round pick so they can free up movable picks. Now, before I get into what Lowry will mean for the Heat, I want to talk about another possible Raptor that could potentially join the Heat in a Lowry deal. Now, Norman Powell has been a name that's been circulating amongst NBA circles for the past week or so. He's having a career year averaging 19.5 points, and he's shooting 43% from three. And as you guys know, the Heat have been struggling mightily from three. So just his shooting and scoring would be a major plus for the Heat, along with Kyle Lowry, obviously. Now, in a package for both Kyle Lowry and Norman Powell, I am 1000% sure that the Heat would have to give up Tyler Hero. And I know there's a lot of Tyler Hero fans out there and a lot of Tyler Hero supporters who don't want to part ways with him. But if you could find a way to get both Kyle Lowry and Norman Powell in a deal together, you have to trade Tyler Hero. No matter how big of a Tyler Hero fan you are, you just have to. I mean, Powell would just bring a shot creator and a scorer from the perimeter that the Heat do not have besides Jimmy Butler. And that 1 through 3 mix of Lowry, Powell, Butler is scary. Like, that team could legitimately make the NBA Finals. And obviously the team we have right now is not at that level. So watch out for Norman Powell. Watch that name carefully. I personally do not think that he will be moved with Kyle Lowry in a trade together with the Heat. I think Norman Powell could be moved separately, especially to a team like the Knicks, who have also been interested. But just pay attention to that name and watch it carefully. Now, before I wrap it up, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what Kyle Lowry would mean to the Heat and what levels they could possibly reach with Lowry on their team. Now, Lowry is a terrific scorer and playmaker, and he would bring a sense of consistency to this Heat backcourt that is not there before. I mean, for instance, some nights Tyler Hero is the secondary guy next to Jimmy Butler. Some nights it's Goran Dragic. Some nights it's Kendrick Nunn. With Kyle Lowry, there would always be that consistent second option next to Jimmy. And, you know, when there's nights that Jimmy is not 100%, maybe he's not playing, or maybe he's not playing to the best of his capabilities, Kyle Lowry would have the potential to step up and be that main guy, which they need really badly. And lastly, Kyle Lowry just fits the prototypical mold of what it means to be a part of Heat culture. He sets charges, he boxes out, he's an aggressive defender. He is everything that Heat culture stands for, and I think that him and the Heat together would be a just picture perfect match. And now that's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video and if you enjoy content like this, please go ahead and like and subscribe. It would mean a lot for this growing channel. And with that being said, I will catch you guys later. Peace.